What if 3 plant-based proteins could do far more than just keep your blood sugar stable? What if they could actually help reverse the hidden damage diabetes causes every single day? Imagine foods so powerful they could support insulin sensitivity, rebuild damaged nerves, lower A1C, ease painful leg cramps, protect your kidneys, calm inflammation, and even strengthen your heart, hair, and hormones, all without a single glucose spike. Whether you've just been diagnosed or have lived with diabetes for years, especially if you're over 50 and starting to feel the fatigue, the nerve tingles, or those unpredictable blood sugar swings, this video is for you. Today we're revealing the top 3 best plant-based proteins for diabetics, healing foods backed by research that work at the root level, not just the surface. These aren't trendy powders or expensive superfoods. They're real, affordable, blood sugar-friendly proteins that help repair your diabetic body from the inside out. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use them, how much to eat, and how to transform simple meals into metabolic medicine. First on the list, tofu and tempeh. What if one plant-based protein could do more than just stabilize blood sugar? What if it could actually help repair damaged nerves, lower A1C, calm inflammation, support kidney filtration, reduce cholesterol, balance hormones, and even ease painful leg cramps, all while helping you maintain lean muscle mass without raising your glucose? That's exactly what tofu and tempeh offer. These two soy-based powerhouses have been staples in Asian diets for centuries, but for people with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, they may be some of the most healing, underutilized plant proteins available today. And unlike many processed meat alternatives, tofu and tempeh come from whole soybeans, bringing complete protein, minerals, and unique compounds that target the very systems diabetes often weakens. Let's start with the numbers. A 3.5-ounce serving of firm tofu contains about 10 grams of protein, 2 grams of net carbs, and just 5 grams of total fat. Most of it heart-healthy, unsaturated fat. The glycemic index of tofu is extremely low, close to 15, meaning it barely affects blood sugar. Tempeh, on the other hand, delivers about 19 grams of protein per 3.5 ounces, along with 8 grams of carbs, 1.5 grams of fiber, and 11 grams of fat. Its glycemic index also sits below 20. These numbers show why both foods are excellent for diabetics. They deliver clean, blood sugar-friendly protein that digests slowly, keeps you full, and supports stable glucose throughout the day. But tofu and tempeh are more than just protein. They're packed with healing nutrients. That same serving of tempeh gives you 54% of your daily value of protein, 29% of your daily value of magnesium, 35% of your daily value of phosphorus, 27% of your daily value of manganese, and 25% of your daily value of iron. Tofu delivers similar benefits, plus it's often calcium set, providing 20 to 30% of your daily value of calcium per serving. These minerals matter. Magnesium and calcium help regulate nerve function, prevent muscle cramps, and improve insulin sensitivity. Iron supports oxygen delivery to tissues. Phosphorus and manganese help with cellular repair, kidney detoxification, and energy metabolism, functions that are often impaired in people living with long-term diabetes. Now let's talk about the gut. Unlike tofu, tempeh is fermented, which gives it a distinct, nutty flavor and a powerful edge in digestive support. Fermented soy products like tempeh are naturally rich in probiotics, beneficial bacteria that help restore balance in the gut microbiome. This is especially important for people with diabetes who often have gut dysbiosis linked to inflammation, poor nutrient absorption, and even insulin resistance. Research shows that improving gut bacteria diversity through fermented foods can lead to better post-meal glucose control, improved mood, and less chronic inflammation. When it comes to the pancreas and insulin function, tofu and tempeh deliver specific benefits that go far beyond other plant proteins. The soy isoflavones they contain, especially genistein and daidzein, have been shown to enhance GLUT4 activity. GLUT4 is a glucose transporter protein that helps move sugar from the bloodstream into cells, and improving its function is one of the keys to reversing insulin resistance. In fact, one research study found that daily intake of soy protein significantly improved insulin sensitivity and reduced HbA1c levels in people with type 2 diabetes over 12 weeks. These isoflavones also act as antioxidants, reducing inflammation inside the blood vessels and protecting the beta cells of the pancreas from oxidative damage. Your heart also benefits every time you include tofu or tempeh in a meal. Unlike animal proteins that contain saturated fat and cholesterol, soy proteins actively lower LDL cholesterol while preserving HDL. This makes them powerful allies for people with diabetes who already face a 2 to 4 times higher risk of heart disease. Magnesium and potassium in soy help regulate blood pressure, improve circulation, and reduce the vascular stiffness that contributes to cardiac complications. The fiber content in tempeh also binds excess cholesterol in the gut, helping escort it out of the body before it enters the bloodstream. For your nerves, the benefits are just as impressive. Magnesium, phosphorus, and isoflavones work together to support the myelin sheath, a protective covering around nerves that gets damaged in diabetic neuropathy. The protein in tofu and tempeh helps rebuild neurotransmitters, while the anti-inflammatory effects of soy may reduce burning, tingling, and numbness in the hands and feet. Over time, consistent intake may improve nerve conduction, reduce discomfort, and promote tissue healing, especially when paired with nutrients like vitamin B12, alpha-lipoic acid, and omega-3 fats. Let's not forget your kidneys. Unlike red meat or high-phosphorus dairy proteins, tofu and tempeh are considered kidney-friendly for diabetics in the early stages of nephropathy. Their phosphorus is plant-based and more slowly absorbed, placing less strain on the kidneys. The protein quality is high enough to support muscle maintenance without producing the same level of nitrogenous waste, and their anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds help reduce glomerular stress, protecting the tiny filtration units inside your kidneys from progressive damage. And if you've been struggling with leg cramps, especially at night, soy-based proteins like tempeh and tofu offer magnesium, potassium, and calcium in a form your body can absorb and use. These minerals relax blood vessels, reduce nerve excitability, and balance muscle contractions, helping reduce spasms, twitching, or that frustrating Charlie horse feeling in your calves. Over time, this kind of food-based mineral support can help reduce dependence on supplements or electrolyte drinks that contain hidden sugars. Tofu and tempeh also help support hormone balance, which is especially important for women with PCOS or postmenopausal insulin resistance, and for men dealing with low testosterone related to diabetes. The phytoestrogens in soy are often misunderstood, but in reality, they don't mimic estrogen in the body. Instead, they act as mild modulators, balancing both low and high estrogen states by gently occupying estrogen receptors. For many diabetics, this translates to fewer hormonal swings, better energy, improved fertility, and stronger bone density over time. Let's talk portion and price. The ideal portion size for diabetics is 3 to 4 ounces per meal, about the size of your palm. This delivers about 15 to 20 grams of protein, 3 to 6 grams of fat, and minimal carbs, making it an ideal anchor for any diabetic-friendly plate. In the US, tofu typically costs between $2 and $3 per pound, while tempeh ranges from $3 to $5 depending on the brand. That means each serving comes in around 50 cents to $1, a cost-effective source of complete healing protein. Here's a diabetic-friendly tofu and tempeh. Recipe: for tofu, press a 14-ounce block to remove excess moisture, then cube it and marinate in tamari, garlic, ginger, and sesame oil for 15 minutes. Sauté until golden and serve with steamed broccoli, quinoa, and a drizzle of lemon tahini sauce. For tempeh, slice thinly and steam for 10 minutes to soften bitterness, then pan-fry in avocado oil with smoked paprika and apple cider vinegar. Serve over a bed of sautéed spinach with roasted carrots for a high-fiber, high-protein healing meal. Here's a fun fact. Tempeh originated over 1,000 years ago in Indonesia and was traditionally wrapped in banana leaves during fermentation. It's one of the few naturally fermented, high-protein plant foods on Earth, and its gut-healing and immune-supportive effects have been used in traditional medicine long before science caught up. Here's something to watch for. Not all tofu and tempeh are created equal. Some store-bought versions are flavored or pre-marinated with high-sodium sauces, sugar, or preservatives. Always check the label. Choose organic, non-GMO tofu or tempeh when possible, and avoid versions with artificial ingredients or MSG. Also, if you're new to soy or have thyroid concerns, talk with your doctor, especially if you're on thyroid medication, as large amounts of soy may interfere with absorption when taken at the same time. And finally, let's bust a myth. Soy raises estrogen in men and causes hormonal problems. False. Whole soy foods like tofu and tempeh do not feminize men or disrupt testosterone. In fact, studies show they may support prostate health, lower LDL cholesterol, and reduce inflammation. The confusion comes from isolated soy compounds, not the whole food. When eaten as part of a balanced diabetic diet, tofu and tempeh are safe, effective, and deeply healing. And while tofu and tempeh provide complete protein and gut healing power, our next plant-based protein brings something just as powerful. Fiber-packed support for your gut, blood sugar, and nerve repair in every bite. It's a pantry staple that's affordable, filling, and surprisingly regenerative for diabetics. Second on the list, chickpeas. What if one humble, affordable plant-based food could help rebuild your nerve endings, improve insulin sensitivity, protect your kidneys, relieve leg cramps, lower cholesterol, regulate appetite, and even improve skin health, while still delivering clean protein and fiber without spiking your blood sugar? That's the overlooked power of chickpeas. Also known as garbanzo beans, chickpeas are one of the most healing legumes for people living with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes. They're not just for hummus, they're metabolic multitaskers, capable of healing the very systems that diabetes tends to damage over time. And the best part? They're widely available, budget-friendly, and incredibly versatile in both sweet and savory dishes. Let's break down the numbers. 1 cup of cooked chickpeas, about 6.5 ounces, contains 45 grams of total carbohydrates, but 12.5 grams of that is fiber, leaving you with just 32.5 grams of net carbs. That same serving provides 14.5 grams of plant-based protein and about 4.2 grams of fat, most of it unsaturated. Chickpeas have a glycemic index of around 28 to 36 and a glycemic load of about 6 to 10, making them a low glycemic food that digests slowly and releases glucose steadily into the bloodstream. This gradual absorption helps stabilize blood sugar, reduce cravings, and prevent insulin resistance, all crucial for long-term diabetic health. Chickpeas are also packed with healing nutrients that directly support the systems under stress in diabetes. 1 cooked cup provides 71% of your daily value of folate, 20% of your daily value of magnesium, 26% for manganese, 18% for iron, 14% for phosphorus, and 12% for zinc. These minerals are far from incidental. They're deeply therapeutic. Magnesium supports glucose uptake, nerve relaxation, and muscle function. Iron helps transport oxygen to blood sugar-stressed tissues. Folate and zinc assist with DNA repair and wound healing, while manganese and phosphorus support kidney detoxification and cellular energy production. This makes chickpeas not just nourishing, but regenerative. One of the most overlooked benefits of chickpeas is their ability to support insulin sensitivity and glucose disposal. Their high fiber content slows the glycemic response, but they also contain resistant starches and oligosaccharides that feed beneficial gut bacteria. These prebiotic fibers improve gut integrity and reduce inflammation, 2 factors that play a huge role in reversing insulin resistance. A study published in the Journal of Food Science and Nutrition found that daily intake of chickpeas significantly improved post-meal blood sugar and insulin levels in people with insulin resistance, suggesting that chickpeas don't just avoid spikes, they help heal the systems causing them. Your nerves also benefit. Chickpeas contain vitamin B6, magnesium, and zinc, 3 nutrients that together support the production of neurotransmitters, reduce nerve inflammation, and promote regeneration of the myelin sheath. For people with diabetic neuropathy experiencing numbness, tingling, or burning in the feet and hands, chickpeas offer foundational nourishment that can support long-term nerve repair, especially when paired with omega-3 fats or alpha-lipoic acid. Their magnesium also plays a direct role in reducing nerve excitability, calming restless legs, and improving muscle recovery overnight. When it comes to kidney health, chickpeas again rise above most other legumes. Their plant-based phosphorus is absorbed more slowly than animal protein phosphorus, reducing kidney burden. The fiber and antioxidants in chickpeas help reduce proteinuria and inflammation inside the nephrons, the tiny filters in your kidneys that diabetes often damages. Zinc and folate play a supportive role in DNA repair and reduce the oxidative stress burden on kidney cells, while their high fiber content reduces the need for insulin, indirectly protecting renal function over time. And if you've ever suffered from painful leg cramps, especially at night, chickpeas may quietly become your new favorite food. With 20% of your daily value of magnesium and good levels of potassium and calcium, chickpeas support the electrical signaling in your muscle and nerve tissues. These minerals regulate calcium balance in muscle cells, reduce cramping, and improve nighttime recovery without the blood sugar issues that often come with electrolyte drinks or sweetened supplements. Their iron content also improves oxygen delivery to muscle tissue, helping reduce the tightness and fatigue many diabetics feel in their legs and feet. Chickpeas are also a powerful tool for heart health. The soluble fiber in chickpeas binds to LDL cholesterol in the gut and helps remove it from the body. The antioxidants, including saponins and polyphenols, reduce arterial inflammation and oxidative stress, improving endothelial function and circulation. The potassium content helps lower blood pressure by relaxing blood vessels, while magnesium supports heart rhythm and contractility. Multiple research studies have shown that regular chickpea consumption reduces both total and LDL cholesterol, making them a cardioprotective food for anyone at high risk of stroke or heart disease. On the hormone and appetite side, chickpeas contain tryptophan and B6, two nutrients that support serotonin production and satiety. For diabetics dealing with mood swings, sugar cravings, or hormonal imbalances linked to insulin resistance, chickpeas help stabilize not only blood sugar, but also mood and appetite. They're also gentle on the digestive system and rich in molybdenum, which helps detoxify sulfites, a compound found in many processed diabetic foods. Now let's talk about portion control and price. For most people with diabetes, a serving size of 1/2 to 3/4 cup of cooked chickpeas, about 3.5 to 5 ounces, is ideal. This provides roughly 20 to 30 grams of total carbs, 7 to 10 grams of fiber, and 7 to 11 grams of protein, depending on preparation. In the US, dried chickpeas cost about $1 to $2 per pound, and canned options range from 80 cents to $1.50 per can, making them one of the most budget-friendly sources of diabetic nutrition available. Here's a diabetic-friendly chickpea recipe. Rinse half a cup of canned, low-sodium chickpeas or use freshly cooked. Toss with diced cucumber, cherry tomatoes, chopped parsley, lemon juice, olive oil, and a pinch of sea salt. Add a sprinkle of cumin and paprika for warmth. This refreshing salad is fiber-rich, blood sugar stabilizing, and deeply healing for your heart, gut, and nerves. You can also blend chickpeas into hummus, add them to soups, or roast them with spices for a crunchy snack that won't spike your blood sugar. Here's a fun fact. Chickpeas have been grown for over 7,000 years and were a staple in the diets of ancient Egyptians and Greeks. In Ayurvedic and traditional Persian medicine, chickpeas were used to strengthen the liver and improve digestion. Today, modern science confirms their role in healing everything from blood sugar to cardiovascular function. Here's one thing to keep in mind. Some canned chickpeas are high in sodium or packed in BPA-lined containers. Always rinse canned chickpeas thoroughly and choose BPA-free or Tetra Pak options when possible. If you cook from dried, soak them overnight and discard the soaking water to reduce anti-nutrients like lectins and phytates that may interfere with mineral absorption. And finally, let's bust a common myth. Chickpeas are too high in carbs for diabetics. Not true. While chickpeas do contain carbohydrates, they are rich in fiber, protein, and nutrients that slow digestion and improve insulin function. When portioned correctly and paired with non-starchy vegetables and healthy fats, chickpeas don't spike blood sugar. They help heal the system that manages it. Chickpeas are powerful, but what if healing came in a crunchy, low-carb bite? This next plant protein might surprise you. Let's dive into peanuts. Third on the list, peanuts. What if one of the most common, affordable foods in your pantry held the power to lower blood sugar, protect your heart, repair damaged nerves, reduce kidney strain, relieve painful leg cramps, balance hormones, support digestion, and even improve fertility without spiking glucose levels or requiring complicated meal prep? That's exactly what peanuts offer. Often mistaken for a nut, peanuts are actually legumes. And for people living with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, they're one of the most overlooked yet scientifically proven plant-based proteins to help restore metabolic health from the inside out. Whether you enjoy them as whole nuts, roasted snacks, or unsweetened peanut butter, these little powerhouses do far more than satisfy hunger. They support deep diabetic healing. Let's begin with the numbers. 1 ounce of dry roasted peanuts, about 28 grams or a small handful, contains just 4.5 grams of total carbohydrates, with 2.4 grams of that as fiber, leaving you with only 2.1 grams of net carbs. That same serving provides 7.3 grams of protein, 14 grams of healthy fats, and about 166 calories. Their glycemic index is extremely low, just 13 to 23, depending on the form, and the glycemic load is under 1, meaning they have almost no effect on blood sugar. This makes peanuts one of the safest, blood sugar-friendly protein options for people with diabetes. But the real magic of peanuts lies in their mineral profile. Just 1 ounce delivers 25% of your daily value of niacin, vitamin B3, 22% of manganese, 14% of magnesium, 11% of folate, 10% of phosphorus, 7% of copper, and smaller amounts of zinc, potassium, and iron. These nutrients are critical in the diabetic body. Magnesium improves insulin sensitivity, nerve relaxation, and muscle recovery. Niacin supports blood vessel health and brain function. Folate and manganese help with detoxification, red blood cell formation, and antioxidant defense, especially important for repairing tissues affected by high blood sugar. Let's talk about insulin and blood sugar. Peanuts are high in monounsaturated fats, the same type found in olive oil, which have been shown to improve fasting glucose, reduce insulin resistance, and lower post-meal blood sugar spikes. One research study found that adding peanuts or peanut butter to a high-carb meal reduced the post-meal glucose rise by up to 33% compared to the same meal without peanuts. This is because the fat, fiber, and protein in peanuts slow gastric emptying and carbohydrate absorption, giving your pancreas time to respond more efficiently with insulin. Peanuts also support nerve health in multiple ways. The magnesium, copper, and B vitamins they contain help reduce oxidative stress in peripheral nerves, repair damaged nerve coatings, the myelin sheath, and improve electrical signaling. For diabetics dealing with neuropathy, numbness, tingling, or restless leg symptoms, peanuts provide the raw materials needed to calm inflammation and support nerve regeneration, especially when consumed consistently. Their healthy fats also play a role in maintaining the fatty layers of nerve cells, which are essential for proper communication between brain and body. When it comes to your kidneys, peanuts offer several quiet advantages. Unlike high phosphorus meats or dairy, peanuts contain moderate levels of phosphorus that are more slowly absorbed. Their fiber helps reduce blood sugar spikes, which protects kidney filtration units' nephrons from damage. They also contain resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant also found in grapes, which has been shown to reduce kidney inflammation and oxidative damage in people with diabetes. And if you experience frequent leg cramps, especially at night, peanuts can help. 1 ounce provides about 14% of your daily value for magnesium, along with small but useful amounts of potassium and phosphorus. Magnesium regulates calcium movement in muscle cells, preventing spasms and relaxing the muscles. For diabetics waking up with sharp pains in their calves or feet, adding magnesium-rich foods like peanuts to your evening meal may help reduce nighttime cramping naturally, without the need for sugary electrolyte drinks. Peanuts are also surprisingly powerful for heart health. The monounsaturated fats help lower LDL bad cholesterol and raise HDL good cholesterol. Their plant sterols block cholesterol absorption in the gut, and their arginine content helps generate nitric oxide, a molecule that dilates blood vessels, reduces blood pressure, and improves circulation. For diabetics at higher risk of heart attacks or strokes, peanuts serve as both a satisfying snack and a long-term investment in vascular health. Even your hormones and fertility benefit. For women, the folate and monounsaturated fats in peanuts support hormone regulation, ovulation, and reduce symptoms of PCOS. For men, peanuts support healthy testosterone levels, sperm quality, and prostate health, especially important for diabetic men facing hormonal or reproductive challenges. The zinc in peanuts also supports thyroid health, immune response, and wound healing, all frequently disrupted in poorly controlled diabetes. And let's not forget digestion and appetite. Peanuts are rich in resistant starch and fiber, which feed the good bacteria in your gut and support microbiome diversity. A healthy gut has been directly linked to improved glucose control, immune balance, and even mood regulation. Peanuts also trigger the release of peptide YY and other satiety hormones, helping you feel full longer and reducing the temptation to snack on sugary foods. Now let's talk portion and price. A healthy serving size for most diabetics is 1 ounce per day, or about 28 peanuts. That gives you protein, healthy fats, fiber, and minerals, all for just 25 cents to 50 cents per serving, depending on the brand. For peanut butter, look for unsweetened, no added oil varieties, and stick to 2 tablespoons, 32 grams per serving. This provides similar benefits, but be cautious with portioning, as peanut butter is calorie-dense and easy to overeat. Here's a diabetic-friendly peanut recipe. In a bowl, mix 2 tablespoons of natural unsweetened peanut butter with a dash of cinnamon, a teaspoon of ground flaxseed, and a few drops of vanilla extract. Spread this on half a sliced green apple or celery sticks for a low glycemic, blood sugar stabilizing snack that supports your nerves, heart, and insulin, all without a glucose spike. Here's a fun fact. The average American eats about 7 pounds of peanuts per year, but most of that comes from sugary peanut butter or candy bars. Yet when used correctly, peanuts become a legitimate form of functional nutrition, especially for diabetics. And they've been studied more than almost any other nut or legume for their cardiometabolic benefits. One important heads up, avoid honey-roasted, flavored, or salted peanuts. These versions often contain added sugars, poor quality oils, and high sodium levels that cancel out the health benefits. Also, peanuts are a common allergen, so if you have a sensitivity or inflammatory gut condition, talk with your doctor before increasing intake. And finally, let's bust a common myth. Peanuts are fattening and should be avoided in diabetes. Not true. The fats in peanuts are the right kind, monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats that improve insulin function, support nerve health, reduce belly fat, and lower cardiovascular risk. When eaten in the right portion, peanuts don't lead to weight gain. They help reverse the root causes of diabetes, one handful at a time. So the next time you're planning your meals or reaching for a snack, don't underestimate the healing power of peanuts. If this video helped you, give it a like, share it with someone managing diabetes, and hit subscribe so you never miss another healing food breakdown. And tell us in the comments, which one of these 3 are you adding to your next meal?